Star Wars has stumbled and everybody knows it. The bumbling buffoons at Lucasfilm soon may be looking for new jobs. And how do we know? Well, because Star Wars has suddenly gone completely silent. Nothing, essentially, at San Diego Comic-Con. Disney looking for any way out of the disaster that they've created. And today we'll tell you just how desperate the media is for anything to report on Star Wars. Folks, take a look at this. Star Wars is making a big announcement, supposedly, after the flop of The Mandalorian and Grogu, and Screen Rant is all over it. What are they telling us? Well, you just won't believe the title, the headline, and what it's actually talking about, because Lucasfilm has gone silent, and they are desperate for any Star Wars news. They're desperate for you to believe it's still a big thing. The Last Jedi, Rise of Palpatine, Acolyte. It's all right. Those didn't destroy the franchise. Oh, wait a minute. They did. Chris Carter is writing, Star Wars fans, rejoice! Lauren, are you rejoicing?
Not so much.
The Mandalorian is officially returning! Woohoo! What's it mean? What are we getting in Season 4? The Mandalorian debuted in late 2019, but it still feels like a fairly recent phenomenon. Da-da-da-da. It's become a major fixture of the current Dave Filoni-verse. Okay, cool. Now the series is poised for another official release. When July 31st hits, The Mandalorian will return again. The long-running Mandalorian Adventure... Wait a minute, what? The long-running Mandalorian Adventures board game...
Get out of here.
...is getting another expansion very soon. As Asmodee...
Back, ladies and gentlemen!
Here's a quick overview.
I hadn't heard this.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Your dreams were your ticket out. Seeking Redemption, The Mandalorian... Oh, okay, I'm not even going to read it. You can play as Mandalorian Paz Vizsla, Migs Mayfield, IG-11. Well, Cara Dune's in it.
Cara Dune's in it!
Cara Dune! Gina's back, baby!
Gina Carano officially back in Star Wars. That's your headline right there.
Write the article tomorrow. Let's go. Cara Dune, Gina Carano.
I'm not a trash journalist.
Well, I actually think it's kind of funny if we do write that article. I'm okay with it. But folks, this is all they got. A stinking board game. A stinking board game. Okay. Anything else? The Direct. Okay. Well, listen, these are coming out in the last day or so. Geraldo Amarty. Star Wars releases its historic The Mandalorian Season 4 replacement. Okay. What is it? Season 4 replacement. Okay. Star Wars just released a historic replacement for The Mandalorian Season 4. Historic. The hit Disney Plus series wrapped its third season. Yeah, we know. Mando and Grogu. Yeah, I got that. Okay. The replacement arrived in print. The Mandalorian and Grogu, Danger in the Dark, released on Wednesday, July 22nd. Paper Cuts, the kid-focused imprint of Mad Cave Studios, published the one-shot comic in collaboration with Lucasfilm Publishing. The story unfolds after Mando Season 3. Folks, you can see it right here. Danger in the Dark. This is the replacement for Season 4. So there you go. Congratulations.
They're fighting Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Get those cobras out of there. All right, Lauren. They got nothing, man. We've hit Star Wars silence like we haven't seen in decades.
Well, yes and no. I have been following what's been going on at Comic-Con to see what they announced, and
okay.
I think there is something there.
Tell us what's there.
They are continuing their publishing program, and they're doing a Luke and Leia novel that takes place in the flashback scene from Episode 9, where Luke is training Leia as a Jedi. So
that's smart.
Well, yeah,
sort of.
Except for that tells me we kind of have been thinking that they were planning to do some kind of a retcon because they desperately needed to try and revive this universe, and that tells me they're not. They're still doubling down on this thing.
Whoa, wait a minute. That's a flashback from the sequels to a time that precedes the sequels, so that would still remain even if the sequels were retconned, right?
Yeah, but it's still the same scene.
Okay.
It's the same direction for the characters.
I'm just saying, they got some wiggle.
This is not... I'm shocked that they are still trying to do this. There was still some talk about, I think, the final wrapping up of the High Republic publishing initiative as well. There's a couple of comic books. There was nothing in Hall H. There's no new TV shows announced, no new movies.
Right. There's nothing.
There's just, it's really thin
Starfighter.
gruel. But I mean, the thing is that look, next year is going to be the 50th anniversary. That's when they're going to release the theatrical release of the despecialized edition for Episode 4, the restored print. But they need to make a big deal out of next year. They really do. And the time to start capitalizing that, I don't think that they can not say anything. They got to say something by October, is my opinion. They've got to. Maybe they'll do something at D23. You'll be there, Culture, so maybe you'll get some kind of a scoop there. But if we don't hear anything by October, I'm going to start being really worried about what is going on over there.
I'm sure Filoni will make his way out and say something about what they're working on. But like now, my thing that I'm looking forward to is when this unaltered, original Star Wars hits theaters. What are the odds that in one calendar year, one 12-month period, we can have the original Star Wars outdrawing the Mandalorian and Grogu at the box office, and Avengers Endgame with 7 additional minutes outdrawing Fantastic Four and Brave New World and Thunderbolts and all of those other Marvel movies? I think there's a very strong possibility of both.
They're just releasing A New Hope, right? They're not doing all 3.
That's my understanding.
It's just the first one, and not even A New Hope. It's just Star Wars.
If it makes that kind of money, they should release all 3 unaltered, just the original forms. Give it to us. If it makes that kind of money, I mean, it's crazy not to.
Yeah, yes, but they'll do it on the anniversary years, though, so there will be 3 years between each.
Can they really afford to wait, honestly, at this point? Just bring them on out.
Well, okay, let's look at Mandalorian and Grogu in its own little vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
That film cost them $165 million. They spent a marketing spend of $120 million. The total studio rental share, the amount of money they made from the film to date, is only $155.7 million. They've lost substantial amounts of money on this movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Disney for the year, despite having over $3 billion in gross receipts, is currently sitting in a deficit of $415 million.
Just to put this in perspective real quick, Culture, Mando in 2 months has made what the Odyssey made in a week.
Yeah, it's true. And Disney as a whole, for its entire release cycle, because they've released so many films, have recouped about, they've recouped $3 billion plus at the box office. But even with that, they've still are resting with a $415 million deficit. So they're that deep in the red currently for everything they've released, whether it be 20th Century and the success of the Devil Wears Prada 2 and all the other things that they've actually had a win on. It also includes Toy Story 5, which crossed $1 billion this last weekend, and everything else. The problem is that going into the end of the year, and again, they will collect by the end of the year probably about $6 billion when all these receipts are in. They will still be needing Avengers Doomsday to pull out $2.5 billion plus to clear the full deficit for the entire rest of the film slate. Because Super Troopers 3 is going to come out, likely going to finish it with a $70 million deficit. Dog Stars is going to come out. That's, they've got a $90 million cost on that. That's likely not going to help. You've got Hexed, which is coming out towards the end of the year. That thing is a Thanksgiving release. That's the only wild card.
Culture, did you say Dog Stars?
Yeah, the Dog Stars.
What the cuss is Dog Stars?
Yeah, I don't know. They have a silly.
Are you making up titles now? Or are you just like
no? They have
Cat Squares.
They have a silly film, survival film called Whale Fall that I had to see a trailer for. That I'm like going, I'm not seeing this. And then again, the last thing they have on the calendar is Doomsday, which right now is sitting at $700 million in combined cost between the production cost of $400 million and $300 million in marketing. You're now looking at them needing to clear almost $3 billion with all those additional deficits that they've put on the books. This is going to be a rough year for Disney.
When it comes to go ahead, Lauren.
I, I was just there were two other things that I wanted to point out that were, I guess, announcements from Lucasfilm, which I thought were kind of interesting. And one is that at Lucas's new museum, that they're finally going to be showing some episodes of the Star Wars Detours show, which was the Seth Green kind of a comedic take on some Star Wars stuff.
Yeah,
they're trying to make that
on that Park Place now.
They're trying to make that out as though that's a big deal. I don't think it really is, but
that's also not Disney Star Wars. That's George Lucas doing something on his own.
Yep.
It was made before Disney bought it, and then Kathleen Kennedy killed it.
Right. The other thing, and I found this interesting, it's just a comic book, but they're doing an Indiana Jones comic book, which I thought was kind of interesting. Marvel is going to be putting out, I think it's a 5-issue limited series. And between that and some of the stuff they're doing in the theme parks, it seems to me that they think there's more life in Indiana Jones right now than they do in Star Wars. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, building a new playset or something outside of Indiana Jones at Hollywood Studios, and building, of course, where the dinosaur ride was. Going to put Indy in there and Animal Kingdom. So Indy's getting more love than Star Wars, and Star Wars getting just about nothing. Marv, your thoughts on the fact that everything to do with Marvel was all that Disney wanted to do at San Diego Comic-Con?
Well, I think they understand what Marvel, like, Doomsday is a must-win situation, but they went about it the wrong way. Pedro Pascal was front and center on everything, and if anything could kill interest in a movie, it's that man.
They screwed up Hall H somehow too, right?
Yeah, they screwed up Hall. I gotta look into more about how it is. Chris Gore has a video about it where apparently, like, they really screwed up Hall H. People weren't able to get in. People were furious. People who had waited long periods of time for
9 hours. Yeah.
There are a few things though. So they are also with Marvel re-releasing Doomsday with 7 original minutes to it, and I think that this is also a attempt to wrestle the crown away from Avatar for because that's what Avatar did. Avengers Endgame. I'm sorry, Endgame with 7 additional minutes. Endgame ended up beating Avatar for highest grossing film of all time. Then Avatar did a re-release and retook it. Endgame might take it back again. Because now they're trying to say that this new version of Endgame is required viewing for Doomsday. So they're giving you homework again. So they don't know what they're doing anymore. They honestly have no clue. They're all in on Marvel right now because Marvel is the thing they're trying to salvage. I think right now with Star Wars, they have changed the guard, supposedly. I guess you're supposed to assume that Dave Filoni is going to make some different creative choices than Kathleen Kennedy would have made. I personally don't think he will. So I think right now with Star Wars, they're kind of in hibernation mode while they try to rebuild what Lucasfilm looks like going forward. I think that's the big thing right now. It's just kind of been like, well, what are we doing? What is our plan? Because the plan that we had needs to be thrown out the window because it's not going to work. And you know, the next thing to do is if Doomsday fails, Kevin Feige has got to be out the door.
Well, let's say a healthy chunk of that's the Russo brothers. And are we getting 3 films?
We don't know, but I will say when I saw the trailer that came out of Comic-Con. I saw like the bootleg of it, and there's this one line where like Thor says something like "You'll beg for hell by the time I'm done," and Doom replies where he's like, hell bends to me for I am Doom, and I'm like, that is such a Doom line. If it was said by anyone other than Robert Downey Jr., sounding like he's trying to voice the Count from Sesame Street, then I think I would have actually liked it. But
2 hells, 3 hells, Lauren, you get the final word. Star Wars, to my knowledge, has Ahsoka, Starfighter. That's it. Is there anything else? Well, the re-release of the original, but is there anything we know about?
I think they're doing another season of the Maul Shadow Lord. But I don't know when that's coming out. That's all that I know of that is announced in any kind of capacity right now. Like you said, it's been silent. We don't really know what they're doing, and I was shocked to find, like I said, that they were continuing to push out these novels. That it's like, if I were them right now and I was being as quiet as they're trying to be, I wouldn't be putting anything out at all. I do think before the end of the year, they need to make some. This probably won't be Star Wars themselves, but we need to get some information about the third Jedi game. I think that will get people excited. Galactic Racer is going to be coming out. I'm actually excited about that one, which was kind of a shock to me. That one looks like it'll be fun, but that's in the gaming space. That's kind of considered adjacent. It's not really mainline stuff. So I don't know. Eventually, they're going to have to say something because the 50th is right on the cusp now. It's coming faster than people think.
Lauren, you said that for a while now we don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, for a lot longer, they haven't known what they're doing.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?